Yeah.
Oh, it's just the name.
I don't know.
We all, right?
Lord, I wonder what's got the matter with the time, you know, the time. Everywhere I look, you know, everything don't change when I'm holding my hand. Oh, I'm trying to make you understand. You know, I've been a student of the blues forever, and I've been around a lot of blues players, and I've produced a couple of blues players, but I never wanted to play it myself. And I got invited to go to Italy and play some blues in a castle, which is kind of a cool way to get introduced to the blues. And so I went over there for a week and sang these old Junior Wells songs and Muddy Water songs, and it was just this like this lightning bolt sort of hit me. Like, why haven't I been singing this stuff before? I'm the face, baby, is that clear? I'm the face, baby, is that clear? I'm the face if you want it. I'm the face if you want it, honey. This thing's a bit of a full circle for me. My dad was an agent back in the 60s at William Morris Agency. He was actually the first black agent in the business, and he booked all the Motown acts. He booked Solomon Burke, who I later ended up working with. And my mother was a nightclub singer who performed under the name Shirley May. And she sang at a place called, primarily a place called Club Harlem, which is in Atlantic City. And Sammy Davis Jr. performed there, and Cab Calloway. They sort of, you know, quite literally came of age singing around a lot of these people. It's by acts that they knew, probably, definitely. It's been cool to sort of privately revisit my family history a bit. Sometimes I wonder, sometimes I feel. I was on a hike one morning, and I started the hike, and literally, like within the first few feet of the hike, I had this line popped in my head. Sometimes I wonder, sometimes I feel. And it's like a 45-minute hike, and by the end of it, the song was written. Sometimes I wonder, sometimes I feel. Sometimes I wonder, sometimes I feel. This music really resonates with people, yet doesn't have a lot of forums and stages and places to live. I want to keep the blues alive. You know, there's a lot of great blues players who are, you know, 60, 70, 80 plus, and there's not a lot of people coming up behind them. And I'd like to be part of that group to keep this alive.